This is TWiT.
This is Quake E1 M2 Castle of the Damned. You are playing Entropy for John Carmack's Ferrari. What Ferrari was this? What model?
It was a 328 GTS that was completely souped up.
Is this your point of view that we're seeing here?
It is, yeah.
Now, you've done, so the first thing you did, and we skipped ahead in this is on YouTube, is you did a speed run, you got all the good stuff. You've got the rocket launcher, you've got the best armor. He doesn't.
So so the goal of these games, I mean, even today, is control. You want to control the best items, the things that are a little bit more overpowered, and keep him away from them once you have control of them.
That's the armor spawn point. Are you waiting for the armor to come back there, or?
Yeah, because I want to make sure he doesn't get it.
Yep.
And then at that point, you're just chasing him around because he's really weak without having any of the good items.
At this point, he knows he's dead unless he stays away from you.
Correct. Yeah.
And this is, by the way, this is the final round. How many people did you and Entropy beat to get to this point? I mean, there's a lot,
thousands,
and there's lots of people
thousands.
watching, right?
Yeah, this was at E3. Like literally, as I'm playing this right now, when you see my point of view, in the reflection of my monitor, I could see the Ferrari.
Oh.
So it was kind of like it definitely psyched me out a little bit having it right behind me.
So it must have been a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I mean the funny thing is what I'm known for as a gamer is I don't really get nervous.
You're calm.
I'm pretty it doesn't really bother me. And actually, as I was playing this, I wasn't very nervous. But near the end of it, when I realized that I had won, I was looking and staring at the reflection of the Ferrari in my monitor, and it kind of freaked me out. And I got really nervous at the end.
It's a monitor. I see this Ferrari over my shoulder. Wow. I mean, at this point, though, you're so dominant. I mean, you know that at this point, all you have to do is maintain the strategy of keeping the armor, keeping the rocket launcher, and he's just going to be out of luck. Keeping ammo. There's some more health.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's just running for his life there. You get the armor again. You know this level like the back of your hand.
Yeah, this was actually one of the very original Quake levels that came with, like, I think it was when there was the Quake Alpha or Beta that they released.
Yeah. No, I recognize it, absolutely. I mean, anybody who played Quake knows exactly where you are and what's going on. It's not a very big level either, which is helpful to you because there's nowhere for him to run and hide.
Yeah, it was game over once I got control, basically.
Yeah. It's kind of fun to watch this, actually. This was when Quake came out. The same thing as with Doom. When Doom came out, it was like, wow, games can be like this. And then Quake came out, and these guys are amazing. I mean, what they did was unbelievable. The excitement of playing this was beyond belief. But people like me, we'd get in there in the online. I would play single player because we get in the online thing, and people like you would just crush us. It's still that way. It's the 12-year-olds get in there and they just crush you.
Yeah, I mean it's different now when everyone's grown up with these kind of games.
Right. You were thinking of strategy way before anybody else was thinking of strategy.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah, nobody. You were the first to come up with this idea of doing the speed run, getting all this stuff, and it was just. I mean, obviously, Entropy should have done that. Did he not know, or were you just faster?
So I think everyone understood that strategy, but once the challenge there is just once you have control, not to lose it, not to make a mistake where you give up the control.
Right.
And if you're the other guy, you're trying to take it away from him, right? So, basically what I was known for is just having that control and never losing it, never making a mistake that would cost me the control of that. That's why I was able to go 5 years. I never lost a tournament.
What? You never lost?
Yeah, never lost a tournament.
Holy cow. That's domination unheard of in almost any sport. That's incredible. Do you consider this a sport?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Especially the way it is today. It's clearly one.
You have to stay in shape to be good at this stuff and things like that?
Yes, absolutely.
Because there's stamina, there's...
reflexes.
Yeah. The ability to keep your focus is really a physical thing in many ways.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's part of what made me want to quit as well is you play that much, you you get carpal tunnel, and there's kind of sports injuries that come along with all that practice.
You must have very early on. You must have started to feel it in your wrists and your.
Oh, I had a pretty bad case of it. Actually.
Did you? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that what caused you to
just play through it?
You play through it, the pain?
Yeah, you just play through it.
Wow. Did you have a trainer to give you cortisone shots and tape you up?
No.
And say, get in there.
No.
It's like professional football players. In a way, this is very repetitive because it's you just keep rocket launching him to death. Go back, get some more ammo, get the armor, and keep. He's got nothing.
Yeah, I mean, he's basically running around naked practically, and I'm fully loaded. So
it's your worst nightmare.
I tried to make him feel better actually, because the score was 14-1. In a final, and what I was trying to get people to understand is that it just looks worse than it is because of the situation.
It's inevitably completely lopsided because of the way the game is set up. There aren't enough. I mean, I imagine later in later years when you get to Unreal Tournament and later versions of Quake and so forth, they put more stuff in there so that you have a shot at it.
Yeah, that's definitely the case. But I mean, you still. It's similar to sports. Sometimes you just have momentum, and things happen.
Wow! Did you win cash plus the Ferrari? Because that's a big tax bill on the Ferrari.
Yeah. So actually, it was a funny story. John Carmack came up to me afterwards because I've been the champion of all of his games, basically.
Yeah. He must be a fan.
He came up to me. There was no cash as part of the prize, and he actually asked me how. Because the E3 was in Atlanta that year. So he asked me how I was getting the car back to California. And I was
don't have money for gas.
I have no idea. And
how much? It's like 6 miles a gallon on that thing?
No, it was like 10.
10, okay.
And so he says, okay, just wait right here. And he left and he came back and handed me a big wad of cash.
Oh, that's a nice guy.